couple of weeks ago, I preached on Firstfruits, and it was a prophetic word for 2023. I really felt that, and I rarely put words in God's mouth, which is what prophecy is, so I'm very careful to do that. But I really felt that He gave me that word, Firstfruits. So understanding that Firstfruits in 1 Corinthians 15 is in regards to Jesus' resurrection and the fact that we will resurrect. So it's all encompassed in that title, Firstfruits. So I really felt that for 2023, something that you've been working on, something that you've been kicking against, knocking at the door, whether it's a relationship or finances or a house or whatever it is, or a situation or a ministry, and I believe even this ministry, something that you've been working at, but just doesn't seem to be getting traction in life, that this is the year of Firstfruits, and that God will breathe life into it this year. And then we dug a little bit deeper in the message. There was more to it, but afterwards, MJ came to my home dropping off donations, and she shared with me on her front stoop there a testimony of Firstfruits. So I thought, we want to keep, when God speaks something in a year, it can't just be a message in January, the first Sunday of January, and then we forget about it. That dishonors the prophetic word. So let's bring it before us. And I did say, whenever God breathes something into your life, let's let each other know, so that we can honor this promise of God, but we can also encourage one another. The year is still young. Come on up. Green, Dave.
Hi. Got it? My word for this year is overabundance. I'll just start with that. So, I recently had an answer to prayer manifest after 20 years. You heard that right, 20 years. 20 years ago, my marriage ended abruptly because of domestic violence, and the injuries required medical care. And my ex took everything when he left that day, the car, the cash, the joint account, etc. And so at that time, I had a year's invitation to serve at a church in Germany. The pastor canceled the invitation because he believed the lies passed on by my ex, who said the violence didn't happen, and I was totally crushed. You know, the church can cause deep wounds to believers. And suddenly I had made a believer out of him, right? And so suddenly I had no money to cover the expenses of the ministry, and when I graduated from seminary in 1992, as led by the Lord, I had formed my ministry called Much Joy Ministries. My initials are MJM, and the Lord had given me that name in 1982. And now I had no money to cover personal expenses either, and many women stepped in to help me. And so I had to go into debt to get a car, etc., etc. I was so deeply crushed that I was unable to do ministry for a very, very long season. And I continued to file Much Joy Ministries as inactive, because you need to keep a charity registration once you've got it. And so at the Lord's leading, I took a part-time secular job 4 days a week. And I'll just explain why I could only work part-time. Up until 14 years ago, when I was miraculously healed, I had suffered with severe, debilitating migraines, and the Toronto migraine specialist had said that I was the worst case history he'd ever seen. And so, however, one day, as I was reading my Bible, I was quickened by James 5:14-15. If any sick among you, call the elders to pray, anoint you with oil, and you will be healed. So I asked the pastor of the little church that the Holy Spirit had told me to attend, and now that little church didn't believe in healing, but they believed the Bible. And so the pastors and the elders took me into his office privately, prayed for me, anointed me with oil, and I was instantly healed after 42 years of hellish pain. And bonus, I was also healed of a full page of food allergies that I had at the time. So year after year, For the past 20 years, I've carried the Much Joy Ministries debt, only being able to pay off a little bit here and there, a little bit. And just before COVID, when everything shut down, I was scheduled to minister again in France, but that too was canceled by COVID. And then this past year, I got some occasional pulpit opportunities. And when I prepared my financial statement for year end for Much Joy Ministries, I am now debt-free after 20 years. Woo!